Really well. It's your main man Anil coming live once again for Immunity for the Community podcast. How's everybody doing? How are you all feeling? Today is going to be a very special podcast. I'm going to be talking about growth mindset and how you can wire yourself to become friends with the unknown in a positive way. And I'm going to walk you through exactly what that means. So, when it comes to having a growth mindset, what that entails is actually having a mindset where you are growing and expanding every day. A lot of us struggle to grow and expand ourselves because of our mental and emotional blocks. But once we can get to that place, like we talked about previously in the last podcast, about letting things go and transmuting the energy, we can then become that energy of the growth mindset. So we can then set out what we want to do for the week ahead and actually achieve it. And I'm going to walk you through how I've done this before in previous weeks and how I've followed through on my goals for the week ahead. So the first thing that I do is I prime. So I prime to a very good meditation by Tony Robbins called the Tony Robbins priming. This gets you to visualize your goal as if it's happening right now in the future, but it's happening here and now. So you're visualizing the goal. So you might say, I want to smash my targets at work. I want to achieve that project. I want to lose £10 in the next 2 weeks. What you're going to do is you're going to visualize that goal in your mind. You're going to visualize that you've lost those £10. You're going to see yourself in the gym lifting those weights. You're going to see yourself eating properly, eating healthily, taking care of yourself. You're going to see yourself meditating. You're going to see yourself walking every day. You're going to see yourself in that fitness mode. You're going to see yourself hitting the bag, throwing 1-2s, hooks, jabs, all that. And you're going to really visualize and embody it. You're going to embody what your day-to-day is in order to achieve that goal. And once you achieve that goal in your mind, you're going to say, yes! You're going to visualize that it's actually happened. Because what that's going to do is, that's going to wire in you that you've already made it happen. That's the first part of growth mindset. Growth mindset involves and entails you actually seeing the goal as if it's happened. When you see that goal as if it's already happened, you find the way to make it happen. You find the time, the resources, the energy, and you make your mindset such that you will make it happen. Because that's where I've got to in my journey, where I have got to a place where I've role modeled mentors. I've role modeled so many people who've done it over and over again. I've used, countless practices such as Isha Kriya, meditation, healthy eating, adopting a vegetarian lifestyle, eating healthy 6 out of 7 days of the week, and connecting with friends and taking on all these positive habits that are actually have now become that energy. And this is what I'm talking about. Setting yourself those goals in your mind, visualizing that you've made it happen, and then celebrating it and patting yourself on the back with a virtual high five. Because when you give yourself that virtual high five, you're wiring in that growth mindset and you're wiring yourself to actually follow through on the goals. A lot of us don't follow through on the goals because of something that somebody said, or something that we feel about ourselves, or something that happened before where we went for a goal and it didn't happen for us. But if we can use these tools, like I mentioned, in EFT, in those practices, Isha Kriya, in letting go, in breathing in and out, using these meditation tools, we can let go of all those and we can start again. Because essentially what the growth mindset is that you never lose, you only win or you learn. And the reality of that is you win in the end. So everything that you do to push forward, you're winning anyway. You're already winning anyway. So you either win or you learn. So if you don't get it the first time, you learn and you come back better the next time, and your strategy changes, and you keep changing your approach, but you keep learning and growing. Eventually you find the pathway to the winning formula. And once you have that winning formula, all you have to do is run that winning formula. I run that winning formula every week when it comes to fitness, nutrition, showing up on time, working out, training, coming home, meditating, taking care of myself, gratitude, a daily journal, healthy eating, preparing my meals. I do all of that. I have run that winning pattern that many times that I am that energy. And this is what I'm talking about. Growth mindset is getting ourselves to wire ourselves to go towards the goals we want. Now, a lot of the time people think it's just them. Oh, today I'm not in the mood. Oh, I'm lazy. It's not always that. It's just sometimes you have those mental blocks. If you can push through those mental blocks and you can create that inner world that mindset that you're going to make it happen, you find the way to make it happen. And that's what I wanted to talk about with you. And essentially that's how you do it for any goal. So this is how I do it at the start of a week. So I work hard Monday to Friday, but Sunday is my visualization day. Saturday is my day for personal development, but Sunday is my day for visualization. It is the day I pour back into myself. It is the day I meditate, I heal, I put in all that good energy, and I follow through and I tell myself what it is that I'm trying to do. And I'm going to go in within myself and truly visualize it happening for me. And I'm going to see these goals as if they're happening. I'm going to set myself 3 goals. They could be 3 small goals or 3 little goals. They could be 3 big goals or 3 small goals. It doesn't matter. But I'm going to set 3 goals. That could be something as simple as I'm going to show up and I'm going to work out every day of the week. It could be something as simple as I'm going to work out twice a week. It could be something as simple as I'm going to read 10 pages of my latest book that I started looking at. I'm going to eat healthy. I'm going to introduce a new habit. I'm going to eat a new food. I'm going to go for a walk every day of the week. I'm going to learn a new skill at work. It could be anything as simple as that. And I see that goal as if it's happened. Now, the more that I do this over and over again, I become friends with the unknown. A lot of people are not friends with the unknown because the unknown is scary to them. The unknown creates fear, creates anxiety. But if you can understand that you are manifesting your future now and you are writing the story of the future by taking responsibility here and now of your state, the future isn't scary, because what you're doing is you're refusing to give up. You're refusing to let luck just make it happen. You're allowing grace to come in. A lot of people are reliant on just having the luck. With the intention, the action, and the grace, you will make it happen, because you'll keep trying again and again until you find that winning formula. Once you find that winning formula and you push through, remember that feeling. Remember that feeling as if it already happened. Remember it every time you push forward for that next goal, because you're going to grow and learn every single time. Now, the one time that I really learnt and I internalized a very big goal for me was when I passed my driving test. I saw it happening over and over again, but when I finally pushed through and I passed, I remembered that moment. I remembered how free I felt, how amazing I felt, how great I felt, how liberated I felt that I had a car, I had my license, I made it happen, and I overcame irrational fear, and I became the owner of my state, the owner of my emotional state. And I kept wiring that in till eventually I became the friends with the unknown. I became so friends with the unknown. Now the unknown does not scare me, because I realize I'm writing the unknown every time. Now I can't control what's going to happen, but if I show up my best self every time, there's a good chance I will make it happen. There's a 19% chance I can make it happen. We can't predict everything that's going to happen, but if in our intention we say we are taking charge and we want to smash it this week at work, we want to lose the 10 stone in weight, we want to lift those weights, we want to get healthy, we want to let something go, eventually the universe will find a way for us to make that happen, because that is our intention. We're taking intention by asking for it. We're taking action by meditating, by taking the physical action, by actually showing up on the day, by writing a schedule, by being in state of gratitude, by pouring in those waters, by wiring in what we want and what we do want. We eventually make it happen. And you get to a stage where you wire yourself that many times that you can wire yourself into a state of work, wire yourself into a state of rest, wire yourself into a state of play, wire yourself into a state of hanging with your friends, which is kind of like play. So you get that connectivity. So you start wiring in all of the basic human needs, because there's 6 human needs that we need to have. And this is what you need to know. We need to have certainty, uncertainty or variety, connection, significance. We also need to have growth and contribution. Now, what does that mean? So we need to have the certainty in ourselves that we can make it happen. If we step into that ring and we don't know, that's going to be a very long night, isn't it? We've got to believe that we can make it happen. This is where channeling the inner Rocky came from. I had to find that place within myself where I said, I'm not going to be dragged back by anything. I'm going to be the hero. and I'm going to be the hero fully. Enil is the inner Rocky. That's where that came from. I needed something to make myself certain, so I made an identity within myself, the inner Rocky, the certainty man, the man. I'm going to make it happen, even if I hit hardship. I'm going to push through. Because what's that Rocky quote? It ain't about how hard you can hit, it's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. That's the quote that changed me. That's what I wanted to share. And we need uncertainty / variety. So as much certainty as we need within ourselves, we cannot chase certainty. We cannot chase certainty, because if we chase certainty, we will create anxiety. We'll create that feeling of like constantly having to be safe all the time. Now you need a certain level of security, but you don't need to be that secure all the time. You cannot be so chasing certainty that you are not going out, not hanging with your friends, not going on holiday. You want to do these things. So you got to live a life that is with variety. That means going out with your mates, visiting somewhere, going to a landmark, traveling, learning a new skill, going out, going to the gym, learning to box. These things are out of our comfort zone. These things are not very normal things. They're not things of going in and submitting an assignment and getting a tick box. These are very out of your comfort things that require you to actually become better with yourself, and it takes work. Then we get on to connection. We need to have that ability to be connected with others. That means we need to accept ourselves and then feel that we are connecting with others who are like-minded to us. So if we're of a growth mindset, we only start feeling good about ourselves once we accept ourselves, and then once we start socializing with people who share similar values to us. So we're not holding back ourselves in doing that. So you're not going to start socializing with people who don't hold those same values as you. You're going to socialize with people who also have that good mindset, who also want to watch the same kind of things on Netflix, the people who read the same kind of books you do, hobbies, people who are also outdoorsy, people who also like to travel, those sorts of things, those sorts of interests that we like to talk about outside of work. And then we may talk about work as well, and what makes us passionate, what makes us tick. That is connection. We also have to feel like we're growing, because without growth, we don't feel like we're going anywhere. You know, there's a saying, you're either growing or you're dying, which is sad to say, but it's the truth, you know. And, you know, success is a cycle, and really progress equals happiness. So we only start to feel happiness when we're actually growing and we're actually getting further than we were before. When we can see we've actually grown and we've actually become more than who we were before, that makes us feel good. Then we talk about contribution. Contribution is that act of being so at peace with yourself that you're willing to give back. That's something like what I'm doing now with my journey. You know, I lost all this weight, and I could have very easily held a lot of that knowledge and that IQ that I learned over the years, but instead I put it all together. I formulated a plan. I made the Write Your Own Transformational Story course, which is still available for anybody as well, by the way. And I made this podcast because I'm willing to contribute to other people and help other people. And having gone through so much myself and come out the other side recently, I can say this is my contribution to humanity. This is my way of serving people at a high level. That's what immunity for the community is about. So that's why we talked about, you know. And ladies and gentlemen, I hope this has been an amazing podcast for you. I hope this has been of great value to you. This is the growth mindset. It's Sunday night. How are you going to start your week? How are you going to be out there? You're going to be the winner. That's how you're going to be. As I would say, everybody, channel your inner Rocky. Let's go.